Okay. Yesterday, Thursday, my scenario 1 was for an open around the top of the previous day's range. Drop down to the VPOC, take out the overnight high, push back to the high and continue higher to 400 century figure. That was scenario 1. Scenario 2 for yesterday was open at the top, test outside of the range, take out the high basically, and then explore the value area high, a VPOC, so test outside of the range, value area high, VPOC, push back to value area high, down to value area low. Around 47 and finish in balance. So yesterday what actually did happen, we opened very small push up, quick sell off, and then chopping in the middle inside the value area 3 times. We tested the value area high. Whenever approaching the mid, we would go for the value area high, like here, here, and here. Tested the 50 mid-century figure and finished in the middle. So that was yesterday. So for me, it was a bit of a scenario 1 to open with, and then scenario 2 to continue. Right, so today, let's clear that. We're opening right down here at 33.10.75. It's right on top of this high volume node. So that's where we're opening. Close to the overnight VPOC, close to the low. Basically what we had overnight was a big drop down on COVID for Trump news and push back to the mid of the overnight session and continuation lower. We took out the 300. Well, we didn't quarter 3,300 and quarter. Was where we got down on the news, push back to the session mid. Now we're dropping in the middle. So scenario 1 for me for today is on the open. We chop around because we're in the middle of the belly of the profile of the overnight, right on top of the VPOC. So I expect to chop the open up and down, open auction, then take out the gap high, this one here. Which coincides with this LVN composite, LVN. And that's around 20. Continue lower to the century figure at 3,300. And after that, we go down to the naked VPOC. This one, chop around here on top of this HVN composite MCHVN. And on the low side, I'm expecting to get the lowest down to 8,270, which is a composite LVN. So that will give us a range of around 50 points. Scenario 1. Yesterday we had 37, so 50 could be a little bit too much. But if we go into the thin profile here, we can progress quickly. Right, scenario 2 is pretty much the opposite. So we open, jump around, test and 94 LVN, which is sorry, HVN, this one here. Test that. Find our buyers. Take out the gap high, 1920. Continue higher to the 40 MCV poke, and then we can attack the mid-century and the scene of the crime of the news. So that's scenario 2. So in the overnight we had a sell-off, push back to the mid. Now we continue lower. So basically in the day session, mid session, we continue the impulse and go for the correction. That's scenario 2. Scenario 3. We are opening in a gap, and the president has got COVID. So gap and go. Continue the sell-off. So push quick, push up. And a quick sell-off down to the LVN here at 30 to 70, composite LVN, and then to 55. Give us a range of around 60 points. Scenario 3. And of course, if we attack the scene of the crime with vigor, test low, take out the overnight low, and quickly advance into the 40 and 60 MCHVNs. And go back to the scene of the crime. So that's scenario 4. And that is that.